Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This channel is generating lots and lots of questions from everyone and lots of opinions from myself based on certain subjects. Today we're going to focus on would I go to university as a male in 2026? This is a question that's been asked us a couple of times, more than a couple of times actually. So I'm going to give you your opinion. Now, I didn't go to university. I was one of the fortunate few that accelerated their career in IT and went up and up and up based on my knowledge and experience rather than academic qualifications. I'm not saying that either is better or worse. Yeah. So I appreciate that lots and lots of folk are going to university, especially from the early 2000s, where it was promoted as the way forward for the workers of the UK, and that's okay. I'm not disputing that. Whether you go to university or not is completely up to you. But what would I do today in 2026 if I just finished my A-levels and was ready to go to university? This is a really interesting question. Well, as a white, Indigenous male in the UK, what would I do? Well, I think that, the expectations of pay over the last years, 2 decades, pay has remained stagnant in the professional circle. Generally speaking, it has remained stagnant. Not in other countries, but in the UK, I feel it's generally remained stagnant. Therefore, your buying power with the more money that you earn has reduced. On top of that, taxes are relatively high in the UK. Give your opinion on that. Although I believe only a few days ago, the Reform Party have indicated in one of their policies that overtime, if over 40 hours but under £75,000 a year, overtime will not incur income tax. That's a game changer. That is a game changer. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to reward hard workers like you and I that are working overtime to keep the UK fit and running. Here we go, what's happening here? So there's a few dimensions here. There are a few dimensions. Now, just to give an overview, I'm about to be made redundant. I've only got 3 more days to go, and that's it. I've lost my job and my income, and I won't be able to get benefits as I understand it. So I'm by myself. I've done the right thing. I saved money, and I'm also getting a redundancy payment, and because of that, I don't get benefits. So I will have to burn away my capital if I was not going to work. I would have to burn away my capital before I got some kind of benefits. Yeah. So would I go? What over my 40 years, although certainly the last 20 years, I've seen lots of post-grads come into our businesses that I've worked for, and they've come in and they've not got the knowledge or the experience within the industry that we work. And that doesn't mean to say they're not successful, but generally speaking, it takes a long time to teach someone something about IT proper IT, not using Microsoft Office, proper IT for them to realize how it actually works. And then it's about not only creating something in IT, but then supporting it and being able to fix it and identify the problem that's within the architecture, be that hardware, be that software, be that licensing, all that good stuff. So it takes a long time to do that kind of thing. It doesn't mean to say that they're not capable. It's just that they've not experienced it when they went for a business degree or a psychology degree or something like that and tried to come into IT. So let's go back to the original question. Question in hand, would I go to university in 2026 as an 18-year-old post A-levels? What I would probably do, okay, sweetheart, okay. What I would probably do today, on the understanding the costs associated to earning your degree over a 3-year period, let's say, for business. What's this guy doing? My goodness. For the cost associated to earning your business degree or whatever degree you get, yeah? Cooking the John Lennon way, that would be crazy. But in retrospect, if I was 18 now, in fact, even if I was 16, having done my GCSEs or O-levels as they were called then, when I was 16, I would, in 2026, Indigenous white male, UK, I would probably not go to university. I would probably learn a trade. I would probably go to college and learn how to be a plumber, an electrician, a gas fitter. Now, I also appreciate these jobs. I hate to use the word careers because that's like splitting. I got a job, I've lost my job through redundancy. It was never really a career. In fact, I can't believe for 40 years I've been paid for doing a hobby, which was IT. But regardless, they're all jobs, yeah? So I would probably learn a trade like that and work with someone, go through some kind of mentoring, some kind of apprenticeship to get myself on board and then work independently, yeah? One of my challenges is in my career in IT is I could never support the next door neighbor and charge them. Now there's 2 clauses there. One is support and charge them. Now, previously in the past, I used to support neighbors, but not charge them because they didn't expect to be charged for me helping them out on Windows 10, Windows XP, Windows 95, whatever it was, Microsoft Office, fixing a printer. They thought it was going to be a gift. I never really made any side money from IT, helping neighbors, but with a role like electrician, plumber, gas fitter, I could have charged easily. Wow, that's getting hot. I could have charged easily. That's one of the mistakes. Because I always did the right thing, whether I was contracting or being employed, I always paid lots of tax. I was never able to control how to be truly effective and not pushing your money forward for your pension. Yeah, because when you're young, you want your money now. Let's be realistic. It's great saying to a 27-year-old who's desperate to buy a house, save for your pension. That's eons away to a 27-year-old. Yeah, it's eons away, generally speaking. So to stop, so I paid lots of taxes because I was either pay as you earn or a contractor where I had to pay from a corporate perspective and for my pay. Yeah, so tax on tax on tax. But there's nothing, you know, if I was a plumber now, I would be giving people deals for cash in hand. I think cash in hand is going out of fashion. I really do think cash in hand is going out of fashion. But I think I would, I would say instead of £200, give me 180 for cash in hand. Is that unreasonable? Am I doing the wrong thing? Excuse me? Am I doing the wrong thing in taking cash in hand? You tell me. I've never had that real opportunity of taking cash in hand. I don't want you to admit in the comments that you always take cash in hand. What I want to know is it reasonable to take cash in hand to avoid paying 20%, 40% tax, yeah, on earnings? This now goes back to reform, saying if you do more than 40 hours, of course this is going to be pay as you earn. You're not going to pay tax on any overtime. This is a game changer in the taxation system for the UK. It really is. It really is a game changer. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink of water. It's so hot. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Have you got a degree? And if you were in 2026, would you go out and get a £60,000 debt to the government to then find that the £50,000 a year starting salary, wasn't going to happen? It's just not happening in the UK at this time. I've seen so many disappointed post-grads where they actually thought they were going to start on £50,000 and they don't. They just don't. Don't know where they get the idea that they're going to be starting on £50,000 a year, but you just don't. That doesn't mean to say they can't accelerate their job or career. They can't accelerate it and become on £50,000 after 3 years, let's say, if you bring value to the organisation. Yeah? If you bring massive value to the organisation. The beauty about being a plumber, an electrician, gas fitter, is that you can always find work. There's always work to be done. Do you agree with that? Tell me in the comments. Is there always work to be done? I guess so. I guess so. And if I had my time again, right now, if I was 18 or even 16, because taking A-levels is simply not required It's simply not required to get your certification in plumbing, electrician, and gas fitting. There are certificates that you do need to achieve in each of those, especially in the UK. But generally speaking, you don't need A-levels. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Am I out of touch? Am I out of touch? This is what I would do. This is my opinion. It may not be your opinion. You may see value as an Indigenous white person. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? As an Indigenous white person, white male, to go to university. If you wanted to be a doctor, absolutely. Lawyer, probably, yes. Commercial pilot. What I would do now is join the Navy or Royal Air Force and get my certification through that route, and whilst there, take a degree, because I think you can get a degree paid for by the military as you perform your journey to becoming an aviator, pilot in the military. I also believe that due to DEI, the ability to get a job as a pilot in the military is very low as a white person. Have you heard this? You tell me, is this true? Is that true? You tell me. Dunno. I hear it a lot. Just to satisfy DEI statistics. In retrospect, I should have stuck to flying. There was more opportunity of great money in flying. Not the airliners, yeah. Not the ATPL license, just the commercial license. But I should have stuck with that, but I didn't. So can't turn the clock back. Would I recommend anybody to become a pilot today? With artificial intelligence coming on in leaps and bounds, I would probably suggest not. Unless it was for rotary helicopters. That's another conversation, isn't it, really? What do you think? You tell me. What a beautiful day. Thank goodness the summer in the UK has finally come with nice hot days. Yeah? Don't know how long it'll last, but we'll suck it and see. It's been such a long, cold winter. Calm down, sweetheart. Excuse me. It's very warm, it's very dry. Interesting times. It's really interesting times in the UK. Tell me your thoughts. If you're my age, would you be going to university today? Unless you don't want to be a doctor, a future surgeon, or a cardiologist, yeah, you're going to have to go to university. If you want to be a veterinary surgeon, you're going to have to go to university. If you're going to be a lawyer, I suspect you're going to have to go to university. Do you get what I mean? Yeah? Do you need to go to university to become a journalist? I don't know. You tell me. That's an interesting career. Job. Do you need it? Don't know. You tell me. What do you think the degrees from university are a waste of time. I also appreciate that going to university is life-changing. If I went to university now and came out with a £60,000 debt, that would be goddamn life-changing. Yes? That would be life-changing. But I also appreciate that if you get the right course and meet the right people, you get into a circle, and then you get the right contacts where other people, where their parents own a massive organisation, and then there's opportunities about moving into that organisation. Yeah? It's just a thought. Tell me what you think. Hope you enjoyed this thought-provoking vlog. It's a bit different. It's connected to me being made redundant and the time where I am and my thoughts looking back in retrospect. Should I have gone to university in 1985 actually. In retrospect, it would have probably been beneficial. But they were teaching stuff in IT that was way from the past, and I thought it would be a waste of time. Tell me what your thoughts are. Have a great day. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.